Welcome back, dearest eavesdroppers.
Welcome to this week's episode of Don't Let the Neighbors Hear.
We have a very special guest in the studio.
Would you like to do the honors?
And I would be so honored to introduce Buffalo's very own Kylie Priscilla. Come on, KP.
Hey, eavesdroppers.
So we brought Kylie in today to the studio, to talk about how to
Design your future.
featuring Kylie Priscilla
Who is a designer.
of the brand.
KPMadeMe.
So tell me, Kylie, who is Kylie Priscilla?
That's such a hard question, Jared.
It's
I don't
not.
know how
You're
to answer
Jared Gilbert's cousin.
They are related, disclaimer.
The cousin of the eavesdropper.
that. The cousin of the eavesdroppers.
So Kylie and I have a really special relationship in that she is the youngest cousin and I'm the oldest cousin of like the core cousins. Like we had a
You
we
are
had a
not
friend
the
group.
oldest cousin.
I know, but like there was like the core cousins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we did not get along. We got along.
Wait, really?
Oh.
I didn't really know this.
No, it was a very
No.
tell the
no.
eavesdroppers.
We did not get along. The thing is, Jared had it out for me.
Oh,
It was
no.
kind of like
Why am I not surprised?
The old one versus the young one.
Anything that would go wrong, Jared would point the finger to me.
You're so mean.
I
You're
know.
supposed to like nurture her and protect her because you're the older one.
No, but she
Nope.
was a menace.
He pushed me right in front of that bus every single time.
It's true.
What was
No.
your favorite childhood memory together? Do you have one?
I have
Do
mine.
we have one?
I have mine.
Okay, go ahead.
This isn't necessarily my favorite with Kylie, but just a really funny moment that my grandmother has an upstairs and all the cousins were up there, the core cousins, and
I hope the non-core cousins don't listen to this.
I know, right?
they're not tuning into
They're
this.
outsiders.
They have like
The
kids and
story.
shit. They're busy.
Yeah.
If you're tuning in, welcome. We were playing like with balloons. Like we're like what, 10, 12, around that age. And somebody hit the balloon up and it hit the fan and the fan smashed it against the light and the light fixture exploded all over the upstairs.
It,
Made
like,
from glass?
Yes, it
Yes.
came like shattering down on us. It was
Oh my
raining.
god.
And immediately I said, I'm jumping into action. Everybody pick up this right now. And it was Kylie's fault. And everybody, all the core cousins got behind me and said, Kylie did it.
Oh my god, you
Yep,
poor sweet
they
little angel
placed
baby.
the blame on me.
And it's because she did do
And
it.
to this day, everybody thought that I did it until we recently told them that Jared blamed it on me.
The whole
when
family.
Everyone thought that I did it.
Yeah.
That's a little unforgivable.
I know. Now it's become this bit. But to this day, I will never admit to it.
Okay, what's your favorite memory?
Okay, I don't know that this is like also my favorite, but a memory with Jared, if we're staying in the same realm. So the one day we're sledding at this hill. I'm walking up the hill. Jared had just arrived. He wastes no time, jumps on that fucking sled, can I swear on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes straight down the hill. I'm walking up. He's coming down. Wipes me out. I basically do a full flip in the air.
My god.
Yeah.
All the other cousins are like, oh my god, who did that to Kylie? And then they realized it me and they were like, Jared! Like they were hyped and like everybody ditched her and she was like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my
Roadkill.
face was like all scraped
Yeah,
up.
you were
and stuff.
busted.
Yeah, I was busted.
Oh my god.
we play a lot, like we pick on each other,
Yeah.
but also we're truly like best friends. Like we almost
Yeah.
missed our flight to Iceland because we were just like giggling and laughing at our gate. And we didn't realize that everybody boarded and they were like, Kylie Priscilla, Jared Gilbert, final call. And we're still giggling.
Yeah.
And then we were like,
Oh shit, we
who
gotta
said
get
that?
out.
Who's calling our name? We run on, get on this red eye, land in Iceland, and I get
And
the
I
rental
was like,
car.
oh, perfect. My responsible older cousin Jared can drive the car. No brainer. So I'm like, perfect.
I
Like,
know the story.
my responsible cousin can drive the car. I can relax. Like, we've been traveling all day. I can close my eyes for a second. I have nothing to worry about, right? So we're driving down the road in Iceland. I wake up out of my sleep and I'm like, Jared, what the fuck? Did we just go off the road? We're basically in a ditch because Jared fell asleep. Mind you, we haven't been in Iceland probably more than 20 minutes at this point.
That's a rough drive, though. I've done that because all the flights are red eyes, and so you get essentially no sleep. And then if you rent a car, you're driving for probably a hot minute.
Yeah,
I
at least
too
an
was
hour.
the driver in my family, and I stayed awake, but there were some rough moments.
Yeah.
Like when you came home and you said that, I was like, I totally believe that happened.
Okay, but 5 minutes into the drive, I mean, please.
That's a good point.
We were doomed.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the spa yet. Like,
On your way to Blue Lagoon.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Freshly pulled out of mental place.
Oh my God.
And we were in a ditch. I'm like, okay, welcome to Iceland.
She popped out of that seat. I popped, like, we hit the curb. I was in the median. And there was a lot of cars, too. And I was like, what y'all doing over there? And I'm, like, driving up on the median. I'm like, oh, I've got to get back over there. Boop, boop. And
So first lesson, don't put your life in Jared's hands. Clearly, he's tried taking me out a few times now.
More than once, yeah. And you still want to visit him.
I
So
guess
there she is.
Here I am.
In the studio.
You're a bitch.
No, but that's very much the relationship that we have, eavesdroppers.
Yeah, Jared trying to kill me, and
Don't let the neighbors hear that. We made it out alive, and there was only a minor dent in the car.
that we gaslit the cars man.
The car man.
Car salesman. I'm thinking it's a dealership.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
were like,
freaking
that
rental
was
place.
there. And he was like, no, it was not there. I have a before picture. And we're like, zoom in closer. It's so pixelated. He's like, I guess, yeah.
We're like literally gaslighting him. We're like, there's nothing there.
Uh-huh.
He's like, okay, there's nothing there. I guess there's not.
and he let you get away with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Wow.
So that's our relationship.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we get into a little bit more about KPMadeMe? Do you want to tell us a little bit about your
into
company?
it. Yeah.
What's the origin
So
story
hard.
of KPMadeMe?
Oh, that's such a hard question because I feel like it's like everything I've been doing led up to it. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there was like a specific pinpointed thing. Although I will say I randomly did just design the classic flower sweatsuit about 2 years prior to me actually launching the brand. I just designed it on Procreate and then I ended up making a sample. I got the sample. I sat on the sample for about a year. Everyone was like, I want one of those, I want one of those. But I just kind of made it for myself and I was just kind of wearing it myself. And then finally, a year later, I got a bunch made and then started selling them. So I guess that's kind of where it began. But I think everything that I was doing in the design world led up to that because I wanted something that could encompass all the things I like to create, like photography, videography, creative direction, whatever that looks like. And that's why I wanted to have a clothing brand to put it all together.
When did you realize that you wanted to become a designer?
Well, I think for like my 8th birthday, I threw a fashion show in my basement.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
How cute.
It was so cute. My mom, we went to Joann Fabrics and we got like a bunch of fabrics. We got this like red carpet and just had all these fabrics and little like trims and stuff. And I made all the girls' dresses and we went down the runway.
Oh, that is so cute. Okay,
was
so
so
you've
cute.
always had the designer bug. It was just kind of
Yeah.
something innate in you that you just gravitated towards.
Right, but it wasn't just clothes. Like I also would make like music videos and I was super into makeup actually. So it's interesting now because all of that stuff is a part of the brand. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like it all came together. So it never was just specifically design.
As you like continue to grow up beyond like being a little girl in like high school, did you find that you were finding creative outlets? Because at least when I think for us, there was art class, but it's not like there was some type of fashion class that we could have taken.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah.
if
I
your experience was
always-
different, but
In school, I always really enjoyed art class and home and careers because in home and careers we would sew. But then I actually ended up going to BOCES, which is essentially a trade school. So half of the day I would leave and go to this other school, and I went to BOCES for fashion design and merchandising.
cool.
Yeah, so I learned a lot of like the basic sewing techniques and design principles in that. And then from there, I just kind of ran with the things that I learned from there. But I never was in the art community in school. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like the art kids were the art kids. Like they would all hang out with each other. They would be like hanging out in the art room. I never felt like it was my realm.
No, I really
If that
resonate with
makes
that because
sense.
I didn't grow up as a theater kid. But
Okay.
like I did theater outside of school and then at least where we went to school, it was always musicals and I like love plays, but I am not a musical girl to like be in them. And so I never really felt like I was a part of that. But like it's what I always wanted to do. And I feel like that can be a little challenging.
It is challenging. Yeah. Because it's like you're drawn to it, but then you feel like an outsider to it at the same time.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, is this where I'm supposed to be? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it is a challenging thing for sure.
Well, you're certainly doing the damn thing now.
Thanks, girl.
How did you come up with the name, or how did you settle on KPMadeMe being the name?
I honestly do not know. Like, I feel like I was just playing around with like a bunch of different names, because also you have to see what's available too, right? Like on Instagram and stuff to get like handles, like, and even domain names. I wanted something that encompassed everything I was doing. So I was like, okay, if it's KP Made Me, like that's such a broad thing. Like KP made me what? You know what I mean?
Right.
I could make anything.
Right. You could make clothes. You could make a music video. You could like orchestrate a
it doesn't
photo
have
shoot.
To be just a clothing brand. Like I wanted it to be anything. And initially when I started my Instagram page, I started it as more of like a magazine because I wasn't ready to launch the clothes, but I wanted to start building a following. So I started making these little digital magazines that would showcase my favorite thrift stores or stuff like that. And then I launched the clothes from there. And I still make the magazines.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because people love them. And they're fun. Like, I just have fun making them on Canva.
Cute.
They're really cool, I will say.
The one was like how to start a revolution in a bikini.
Oh my god, cute.
Yeah.
And look at you now with a whole
I know
bikini line coming up.
KP Made Me's bikinis. They're so cute. I need to get one.
Thank you. Yeah, you do.
When's the launch? Because they're not out yet, are they?
No, I'm thinking maybe this Friday. If not this Friday, next week.
What a perfect...
okay, so by the time
we're
this
launching it on the episode.
they launched yesterday.
Yes,
eavesdroppers. So
get on
not
it.
already sold out. You gotta go get one.
They're gonna go quick, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they will.
One thing that you touched on that I related to and I find commendable is that starting anything of this nature is very daunting, and people think that it's just something that you just pick up and do, but it's something that does take multiple years. Like you said, this concept was 2 years in the making, and it was the same for this podcast. What I want the eavesdroppers to know is like, it's never going to start until you do it.
For sure. And I could say like this concept was 2 years in the making, but everything leading up to this was like 10 years in the making. You know what I mean? Because it's like along the way you pick up these little tools almost that you can add to your kit, and then you might not even know like what direction you're going in or what exactly you want to do. But then I feel like out of nowhere it kind of clicks, and then you kind of gain these different experiences and it all just comes together, and you're like, oh, that's why I went through that, or that's why I experienced that. And then it's like, okay, this makes sense why I am where I am now. Because a lot of times you see the final product, right? Like you see other people doing things and it's like the very polished version of it, but you don't see all the different things they went through to get to that point.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't know what they want to do, and a lot of people just kind of stumble upon it pursuing things that they're interested in.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
Which I think like for me, that was my biggest thing, is like I always just tried things, you know? Like even if I didn't know where it was going to lead me or why I was necessarily doing it, I just tried it. And that is something I did struggle with for a while. I always was like, okay, I need to have some deeper meaning to what I'm doing. I need a distinct message. I need to know the why, all this. And I really struggled with that, especially being around other artists that like, if you're like, okay, like why are you doing this? And they could tell you this whole like polished version of why they're doing something. And I was like, okay, I don't feel that, but I have so much emotion in me and I have so much creativity in me.
Yeah.
But I can't like...
You just want to do the thing.
I just wanted to do it. But then when I would think about it, it would like kind of mess me up, because then I was like, okay, now I'm like putting too much energy into figuring out the why.
Yeah.
When it never really was supposed to be like that.
Right.
Which then brings me to KP Made Me, because... like, I always just drew these flowers and had these flowers. I don't even know where they came from. It just came so naturally. Like, I'd be drawing them. And I was like, okay, what is it with these flowers? Then one day it clicked for me in, like, not the best way, but I lost one of my friends. But before I lost him, he was in the hospital and he wasn't able to communicate. And before he got in the hospital, he asked me to make him a pair of pants with the flowers. So I brought him the pants while he was in the hospital. And it was just kind of like eye-opening and made me realize like we need to be giving our people their flowers like all the time, not just at funerals, not just for birthdays, not for just special occasions. Like I feel like people really deserve their flowers at all times. And then I was like, okay, that's what the flower is, you know. It's just something that like brings positivity to people. Because also flowers to me are just like so universal. Everybody can appreciate a flower. Flowers are all over the world. Like it's just such a simple, delicate thing that has so much color and beauty to it, you know. And even like dandelions are flowers too. You know, I don't know why we categorize them as weeds. Like they're actually like so beautiful too.
So you have had that hire meeting essentially all along. It was there and it presented itself when you weren't actually doing the digging for it. That's so beautiful.
Exactly. Yes.
This is the first tear that's shed on the podcast.
Are you crying? Wait, I'm gonna cry.
Not the first tear on. Don't let the neighbors see that.
You don't let the neighbors see that.
No, it's
let the
okay to be
neighbors see
emotional.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Sagittarius crying.
It is so okay to be emotional.
It is.
And I'm such an overly emotional person, and like, I don't know, I feel like for the longest time I would like hide that part away and just like isolate myself. And then now I'm like, that is also part of what I want my brand to represent, is just like just breaking down the barriers and letting people see that stuff and letting people like experience the raw, real thing, you know, because it's so important, especially nowadays. Like I just want to make people feel good, and if that's like them having a sweatshirt that's comfortable, I love that, you know.
What a great message.
I love the message. I like so support this brand. It's one of our
absolutely one of our
sponsors.
It's one of our sponsors. Shh. Okay, eavesdroppers, lean in for this one. KPMadeMe is a clothing brand based out of Buffalo, New York, and they are serving sweatsuits, but not your average ran to the bodega sweatsuit.
No. This is I'm cozy, I'm evolving, and I might cry in a good way energy. KPMadeMe exists to honor the beauty of becoming, which honestly feels very on brand for this podcast.
Extremely. They literally give people their flowers, usually embroidered, and remind you that you don't have to have it all figured out just yet.
Because blooming takes time, and sometimes that time is spent in an elite sweatsuit, minding your damn business.
And looking incredible while doing it. The fits are cool, the quality is there, and the message, even better.
It's fashion, but make it affirmation.
It's comfort, but make it intentional.
So to all our eavesdroppers who are in their growth era, their healing era, or their I'm tired but I'm still hot era,
KPMadeMe is for you.
Throw on a sweatsuit, give yourself some flowers, and remember, you're allowed to bloom in your own time.
KPMadeMe, designed in Buffalo, worn everywhere, and definitely approved by Don't Let the Neighbors Hear.
Get your set before they sell out at kpmademe.com. Again, that's kpmademe.com. Shh.
So thanks for letting us support you, and in turn you supporting us, as we're also like, you know, figuring this out. Yeah.
No, you guys have it figured out. There's nothing to figure out. You have it figured out. Like, you guys are amazing.
You heard that, eavesdroppers?
Listen up.
Listen
the
up.
neighbors hear that.
No, I'll be stomping around the city in that hoodie, and I honestly get so many compliments, and people stop me like, what is this?
I have
and I'm
witnessed
always,
this.
I'm always like, it's my cousin.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny because, like, I don't know, it is a very loud piece, I would say, right? Like, there's so many colors, there's stuff going on all over it. So when I made them, I didn't expect the reaction that I got from them, right? I guess in my head, I was like, oh, this would take a really certain type of person to wear. But the demographic that it's attracted is all across the board.
Yeah.
Which I love that.
It's also like your base colors, a lot of them are more earth tony.
Right.
And so I feel like the loudness of the print with the subtlety of the color balances itself out really well.
Yeah.
Also, eavesdroppers, she has these sets that are Bills inspired with the colors. Obviously, we're all from Buffalo, and so we're all Bills fans, and this set is gorgeous. One of our best friends has it, and she wore it out to a Bills bar and got stopped by one of your friends.
Oh, yes.
And was like, oh my God, it's that KP Made
Oh
Me?
my gosh.
Yeah,
In
they're
New York
incredible.
City, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, Josh Allen's wife has one too.
Ooh.
Haley Steinfeld. Not to name drop, but to name drop.
But yeah, girl, name
Drop
drop.
the name.
Drop the name.
Drop the name.
That one.
You also have an entire line of pieces that you've designed that is all like vintage Bills gear.
Upcycled.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah,
These pieces
so
are so sick.
Those pieces are more one of ones.
Okay.
So essentially, I work with this store in Buffalo called Queen City Vintage, and they provide me slightly damaged Bills gear, and I take what they give me and create brand new pieces with it. So those I'm sewing all by hand. I'm, designing them. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're so sick. I need to get my hands on some of those too.
The one of ones are so crazy. They fly off the shelf so quickly.
Yeah.
I'm always like, save that for me, and then I like refresh and it's gone.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I mean, if there's anything about people from Buffalo, they love their sports team and they love to rep it. And these pieces are truly one of a kind and have that vintage feel, but even a cooler edge to them. Okay, so what do you feel like is something that you have had to overcome in the stages of you being a designer, an artist, also having your own brand, and what that journey's been like?
Yeah, definitely imposter syndrome. Yeah, for sure. Just because I did not take the traditional route. Like, I didn't go to college for any of this. So I think for a while I was so stuck in my head of like, am I going to be able to do this because I didn't take the traditional route? Like, I know this industry is very competitive. So I never had like formal training in design, right? And I was surrounded by people that were going to school for that and, getting that training and like hearing the way that they would communicate certain terms and all that stuff would make me feel like, okay, wait, I don't know anything and I'm just kind of doing this my way, but I don't know if this is right. And yeah, it didn't feel like I was doing it the right way, I guess. And then I remember talking to this person in Buffalo that is a very talented designer, like very technical, so talented. And I was telling him this. I was like, yeah, I just feel like weird because I didn't have the training. And he's like, but that is your superpower because you don't have these pre-programmed things in your head, so you're just doing it based out of pure creativity, like not because you have these technical steps in your head, right? And hearing that from him really opened my eyes because he's like could not be more technical, could not be a better seamstress.
Can you tell the eavesdropper is a time where you had really no idea what was going on, but you had to act like you did?
Yes. So I have been doing the sewing thing, right? And like I was saying before, I'm not a technical sewer. I don't often measure things. I finagle my own patterns. I don't do anything by the book, basically. I have the basics. That's all I need. So at the time, I worked with this girl during COVID making face masks. And she, 4 years down the road, referred me to a theater company to sew costumes for them. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this though.
Don't let the neighbors hear.
Don't let the neighbors hear.
Don't let the theater company hear. No. So she referred me to this theater company to make some costumes. I went into the meeting with them. They gave me their budget and told me what they were looking for. And at the time, this was the highest paid job I've ever got, right? Like off of my creativity, this was my first like big paying. I think it actually was my first paid job for my skills. So they wanted me to create 2 costumes. When I tell you, I left that meeting like, how am I going to do this? Like I can feel fabrics, I can manipulate fabrics and stuff like that. But when it comes to making somebody a costume, it's so different because you're making it for somebody's body, right? So you need to like know how it's going to fit their body. You need to know their measurements. So I left the meeting and I'm like, oh shit.
The time is now.
Let's figure this out. Okay. So I start designing some costumes. The designs were beautiful. And I remember they would like check in with me and ask me like all these questions about it. And I was totally like just faking it, like answering these questions as if I had everything figured out, as if I like had a master plan. I had nothing planned. I had nothing figured out. But then I would say things and then I was like, okay, well, I just said that. So now I have to actually make it happen because I just put it out there. So I went, got the fabric, everything. And I remember they were like, okay, let's do a fitting. I'm like, okay. So I made the costume out of the muslin, which is basically like a practice fabric before you cut the real fabric. And I remember before going to this fitting, I'm like, they are going to want me to take these models' measurements. Okay. I had such bad anxiety about having to take these models' measurements because I'm like, I've never taken someone's measurements before. I don't know how to take someone's measurements. I'm not even sure I fully know how to read a measuring tape. Like, I kid you not, this is going to make me sound so stupid.
This is making me anxious.
This is going to make me sound so stupid, but I literally remember being in the car. My dad was driving me to the meeting. I'm watching videos on how to take somebody's measurements in the car because I'm like, they're going to ask me to take these measurements for these costumes, right? So I get there. They're trying on the garment that I had made. Thank God they fit. And then she's like, okay, like you could go in the other room and take his measurements. And by the grace of God, somehow I think I just like started sparking other conversations with them and like feeding into it more, like about the design process, talking through some stuff. They ended up forgetting about the measurement thing. So I didn't take anybody's measurements because they forgot that we even had that conversation, right? So now I'm like, okay, that's amazing. Dodge that bullet. But now I don't have any of these people's measurements.
Yeah.
And now I have to make these garments, right? So not to like, boost myself over here, but I think like I was saying before, like I'm not technical, but I do have a gift of just being able to look at somebody's body or look at somebody and know their size. Like when I say I don't measure, I just measure like with my eyes, which sounds so crazy, but like it most of the time, if not all the time, is very, very accurate. So I remember like seeing them and like visually getting their measurements. So then I made these garments based off that and they ended up fitting them perfectly.
Oh, wow.
So I ended up just using those to actually make the real thing. But it was even more stressful because the fabric that I was using to make the garments, we were working with this other company that had screen printed the fabric. So I got the fabric back with the design on it. So it was like, I can't mess this up because the design's already on it. And if I like do the wrong thing, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Because everybody already put their money into it. Like it just, it was there. But it ended up working out like so beautifully.
Incredible.
Everything worked out to the T. Yeah.
And they loved it. And they had no idea that you were in the back of your mind were like, fuck. Yeah.
I faked the whole thing.
And honestly, this is so you because you're still doing this shit. Her last runway, she had to have 10 looks. I fly home for it. It's in 3 days. She's got 5 looks done. I'm like, who is the model? She's like, I don't know. I'm just visualizing this girl. Like, she'll come to me. I was like, Kylie, you have 3 days to make 5 looks and find 5 models.
Yeah.
3 days later, out comes like such a iconic runway of a collective, cohesive, perfectly fit collection.
Right. Yeah, I've done that for all of my runway shows. All of them. The first time I did the Fig fashion show, I remember they asked me to be a part of it. Well, they asked me because the year prior I modeled in the show and I went up to the director and I was like, hi, I'm Kylie Priscilla. I'm a model in this year's show, but next year I'm going to be a designer. And he's like, okay, like, who are you? What are you talking about? And then I saw him coming down the escalator again and I was like, what's my name? And he will tell you this story every time. His name's Newell. He says this story all the time. He's like, after that, I never forgot her name. So then they asked me to design for the show the next year. And I was going to be a part of the show. And I said I would be a part of it, whatever. Then I was in Charleston. And I remember I texted the girl and I was like, hey, like, actually, I can't be a part of the show. And this was like weeks before the show. because in my head, back to the imposter syndrome, this was my first time designing for a show that wasn't just my own, right? Like at my show, I was the only designer. It was my full production. This was for another show with like a bunch of other designers, and all of the other designers all went to school for it. They all are very technical sewers. So in my head, I was like, I don't feel equipped for this. I feel less than these other designers because I don't sew very technically. So I dropped out. And then Newell or the Fig team, maybe both of them, were like, no, that's not happening. And they called me and they were like, you need to be a part of the show. Like, they were pushing for me to be a part of the show, which I'm so grateful they did that, because after I sent that message, I instantly was like, why did I do that? Like, I instantly regretted it, and I was like, why did I just do that? Whatever. So they like really were pushing, like, no, you need to be in this show. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll be in the show. So in classic Kylie Priscilla fashion, I had maybe like a week and a half before the show, because I love to start everything last minute, because I love to put myself under the most pressure as possible for unnecessary reasons. So I started making the collection. I made 8 to 10 looks for this collection. And after the show, Newell, the director, and a bunch of other people came up to me and they were like, your collection was our favorite, blah, blah, blah. I think the Buff State fashion director came up to me and was complimenting my collection too. Like, I was getting like such good feedback from this collection. But yeah, I almost dropped out.
Oh my God. Wow. That's also kind of an incredible story. But thankfully you had other people behind you that were like, no, we believe in you. Like,
right.
This isn't an option. You have to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because I would have just let my own self-doubt, like, you know, take over me. And then I designed the year after that one. So my second year in Fig. And that collection, same thing. I definitely took more time on that collection, but I definitely was screen printing all the garments the night before. Also, in the middle of sewing, ran to a Mariah the Scientist concert to sneak her a sweatsuit on stage. Ran back to my house, went right back to the sewing machine like the night before.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to touch on that you just touched on is eavesdroppers. It really just takes one person to be in your corner. So
Truly.
I want everybody, if you're listening, to reflect, when was the last time you were in somebody's corner?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's been a minute, I encourage you to reach out to the friend that's trying to start something, or just started something, or is 2 years into something, and say, hey, I'm really proud of you. I think you're doing great work. How can I support you? How do you feel?
Give them their flowers.
Give them their flowers.
Give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And if
goosebumps.
you, eavesdropper that are listening, you want to start something, you have all three of us in your corner. This is your sign.
Yes.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just start. Right, just start, because you never know where it's going to take you. And that is another thing. I got so lucky with having people in my corner, because I think at the time when I started like creating these different things, a lot of people around me didn't have these outlets. And one thing about me is, if I have people around me and I can see where they would fit into the puzzle, like, I love involving everybody that I can in anything that I'm doing. I think that's just like so natural and so much fun.
Okay. While we're still talking about KPMadeMe, are there any near-term, long-term goals that you have for the brand, or different styles that you have in your mind that you want to experiment with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely want to create more of a community around the brand, and like start tapping into the mental health realm and body positivity, especially with coming out with these bikinis. It's so interesting because I keep falling into these conversations with women about like us being so hard on ourselves about our bodies, right? The one day, me and 3 of my friends, we were going to shoot some of the bikinis. I was going to take pictures of them in the bikinis. And we kind of had like a little picnic during the shoot. And all of us are sitting there and we're all picking apart everything about our bodies. Everything about our appearance, about our bodies. Like, just bouncing off each other. And then finally I'm like, what are we doing? like, what are we doing? All of us are beautiful. We all have our thing. Every woman has their thing. You know, we all have insecurities. We all maybe don't feel the best sometimes. This is such a waste of energy. And also, these are things that don't even matter. Like, they're just things that are put in our head, I feel like, mostly because of social media and comparison. It's funny because, like, when you feel like you lack something and you look at somebody else and you're like, wow, they have this, like, that person also feels like they lack something. You know, they also have their insecurity too, right? So it's just interesting because with making these bikinis and like having these conversations with different women, because I'll have girls be like, well, I feel like that won't look good on me, or I don't have the confidence with my body that you do, right? And I'm like, okay, but I still have my things too, right? Like, I'm not always confident too, but I think it comes down to like self-acceptance and like being so kind to yourself. I feel like we just pick ourselves apart so much, but
It's so true.
yeah, I just keep having these same conversations, which to me, I'm like, okay, this is part of it. Like, this is why I'm doing this too, because I want everybody to feel good and I want everybody to, you know, have something that makes them feel cute and girly and however they want to feel and mostly comfortable. But yeah, it's interesting how making these bikinis like really opened me up to a whole different journey of that. Like, that's where I want to go back to your question. That's where I want to take the brand, is like really opening up these conversations and showing more raw, vulnerable things. I want like to showcase real bodies. I want to showcase women uplifting other people, not even just women, anybody, but I really want to take my brand in that direction, and I want the clothes to just be an extension of that, right? Like, so I want to do like KP made me feel confident in my body. KP made me,
I love
fill
that.
in the, like, because that also going back to the name and what it means. Like, when I chose that name, it was because I had that in mind too. Like, I always wanted it to be like KP made me cozy, KP made me, you know, fill in the blank. Because like for me, like a hoodie, I'm so particular about like how my hoodie fits, how it feels on my body. So I wanted something that I like to wear that made me feel comfortable and safe. Like, I feel like a big hoodie just makes me feel safe. Yeah.
I love that.
I love that.
One thing I commend you on is we've talked a lot about KP Made Me going back many years, and one thing in the initial planning of KP Made Me and early discussions, which, fun fact, I own half the business because I made her sign a contract and I had a small print, so
Yeah.
it's you supporting her, you're supporting me.
We're not sure if it'll hold up in court, but
I had a witness, Brooke, and I have
I think I shredded the paper,
I have
but
a picture of it that'll hold up in court with your signature.
It's AI.
Anyway, one of the initial conversations was that you always wanted to be in this intersect of fashion and mental health. And with all these lines coming out with giving you your flowers and then the bikinis and body positivity, I think you are on a really niche and interesting design journey.
Like hearing all about it, that's a brand I want to support. You know what I mean? I would rather take the time to, when there's a launch, wait to make sure I can definitely get a piece for a brand that I love and that is advocating towards things that are truly genuinely important, other than just like, oh yeah, this cute top that I found at this random boutique that I walked by.
Right.
Because you also feel better when you're wearing something that you're like, oh, there is a meaning behind this.
For sure.
And that in turn boosts your confidence, which is exactly what you're trying to do.
Definitely. And it's definitely something I've been struggling with too, because I think like because I am such a naturally emotional person, I internalize a lot of things, so I struggle with like, I guess, everything we're talking about right now, like putting it into the marketing aspect of it. Like, I have this message, but how do I get it out, right? Like,
this podcast.
This podcast, yes, exactly, which is why we're doing this. But that's something that I've just kind of struggled with along the way. And everything does come so full circle, because even like during COVID, I was struggling so badly with my own mental health. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out a way to like put this into my art, right? Which also was something I struggled with as well. Like, it's not always the easiest to be like, okay, I'm feeling all these deep feelings, but let me like transmute it into something. Sometimes it's like, I don't even know where to begin doing that or how to do that. So during COVID, I started making this magazine that nobody has seen. It never came out to the world. Essentially what it was going to be was a workbook of different like journal prompts and things of that nature for mental health, but it never came out. But it's funny because all of these different things that I like was experimenting with, I feel like are now coming to fruition through this brand of like where I want to go with it, you know?
Yeah. Maybe one day the journals will come out.
I know.
I'd buy one.
I'd buy one.
Yeah.
You eavesdroppers would buy one.
We're pre-ordering. Put in the pre-order right now. All right, we're going to do a really quick round of rapid questions. So first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
This is all about things that we do not want the neighbors to hear. Don't let the neighbors hear something that nobody tells you when starting your own design brand.
Fuck. Is if you think you're gonna make money off of it right from the start, you're probably not, because any money that you make is going right back into it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Don't let the neighbors hear the best part of being a designer.
The best part of being a designer is having full creative control.
Yeah.
Don't let the neighbors hear the worst part of being a designer.
Having full creative control.
That was good.
What is one thing that you would not be caught dead in wearing?
I've never thought about this. I feel like I can make anything look good. That's such a good question.
It is, because you can make anything work. I've seen this girl put together outfits out of like everything.
Like, is there one thing that you've consistently found yourself like you're looking through clothes and you're like, nope, that's just like not for me?
We have ours.
What is yours?
Pearl headbands.
Why? I would wear a pearl headband.
Like the big ones? Not a cute thin one. You know how like those big ones are like really in style?
Super chunky,
No,
super
I've never
pearly.
seen
Oh, I have them because I've used them
Really?
for characters in
Really?
pieces that I've been in. Yeah.
Okay.
They just have real. I just don't know. You know, people wear these things, and I don't want to sound mean, but I just really don't think they're flattering.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what
That's
would
a good one.
Oh yeah, this girl.
But like less.
This isn't too bad actually.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm picturing like a black one with like a few pearls.
Yeah, I have it here. I can show you.
Like this is bad. No. Wait, I'm kind of loving it. Is it coming back into trend?
No.
This girl.
I know what I wouldn't be caught dead in. Oh my gosh, wait, what is she from, Mormon Wise?
No, I don't know who that is. I think some
I
girl.
wouldn't be caught dead in a a peplum dress? Is that what it's called?
Peplum, that style top, or
Yes, the top. Is that how you
where
say
it like cinches in and then goes out.
Yep.
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Peplum?
I just bought one the other week.
Oh, God. Did you actually?
Yeah, but it's not like super.
Don't let the neighbors hear that.
I can show it to you. It's a red top.
Okay. Fuck. Of course, you just bought one.
No, it's totally fine. Don't let the neighbors hear. If you could only wear one piece for the rest of your life.
Baby, KPMadeMe.
Yeah, of course.
And I got two more. Don't let the neighbors hear who's your favorite cousin.
Oh, that's a good one. Eliana.
All right, and that's a wrap. Thank you for joining Eavesdroppers. This has been an episode, not with Kylie Priscilla. She's been cut out of every single scene.
And this is never going
The whole episode is just me and you looking in this direction, asking questions. No response.
Yeah, no response.
Don't let the neighbors hear who's your least favorite cousin.
Oof. You trying to start a war?
I was trying to start some family drama.
No.
You know who mine is? Amy Burns, Park Family.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you can say it.
Amy Burns.
Yeah. I'm going to edit it, so now it's going to answer that.
Wait, who is Amy Burns?
My sister's best friend. She's not even our cousin. Wait, I don't want this to be over.
Okay, well, now it's time for us to get into a little in-out. And as you may remember from our prior guest episodes, our guest gets to tell us what is both in and out.
Shh. Don't tell the neighbors what is in this week, KP.
In micro bikinis.
Oh.
Micro KP bikinis.
What exactly is a micro bikini?
A micro bikini is just like a little itty bitty,
The itty bitty. Yeah, okay.
micro bikini. And out is negative self-talk and body shaming.
And how do you get yourself out of that?
You say, shut up to the voice in your head. Not happening today.
Not happening
Not today, honey.
Leave it at the door.
And kick it down the stairs.
Kick it.
Not welcome here.
Nope.
Because eavesdropper, you're a sexy little thing.
Yes, you are.
Eavesdroppers, you're gorgeous.
Eavesdroppers, you smell so good today.
Eavesdroppers, you deserve your flowers.
Eavesdroppers, you're kind of making me sweat over here.
I hope you feel better about yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a fun,
gosh.
uplifting episode.
Thanks for having
course.
me.
Where can we
Uplifting.
find you?
Jared's crying
Yes.
over there.
I know. No, just once. It was just one tear.
Like
Those
so
are good
uplifting.
tears.
Cut to the scene.
Where can the eavesdroppers find you?
The eavesdroppers can find me at www.kpmademe.com or at kpmademe on Instagram or kpmademe on TikTok. If you're in Buffalo,
Yeah, plug it.
we are having a brand event on July 12th at Soul Pool Club. Nobody knows about it yet, but now you do. So
Oh,
don't let the
don't
neighbor
let
hear
the
is
neighbors
that.
hear.
Wow, we're hard launching so many things in the podcast
Yeah, we
this
are.
week.
Look at that.
Ooh,
Guys, thanks for
eavesdroppers.
having me. This is so fun.
Thank you so much for coming on. It was a joy to have you.
It's been lovely.
Thanks.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's so easy. Press the little button.
Also, I would really love, give us a rating.
All my core cousins listening, give us a 5-star rating.
Oh, yeah.
And you better go check out KP Made Me. Go do it. You won't be disappointed.
KP made me cry today. In a good way.
That's the new title.
KP made me feel more confident in myself today.
Oh my gosh. KP made me emotional over here.
Thanks so much for joining. See you next week.
Wait, guys, that was so fun.